back to another great video with RC Worst. This is Chris here, and today's video is all about finding replacement or repair parts for your pumps, your control boxes, etc. So hopefully this video is going to help you figure out what parts you need. So oftentimes you're taking something apart because it's not working, going through some troubleshooting, and you figure out that you need a replacement part, but maybe you don't know what that part is called, or maybe you don't know the part number so that you can go ahead and order one. So with this, I just wanted to kind of show you how I go about it in terms of figuring out what the part numbers are, what to call it, etc., etc. And I thought maybe that would be useful for some of you folks at home as well. So let's dive right into it. I've got three items here. I've got a Franklin Electric control box, I've got a Myers grinder pump, and I've got an AY McDonald jet pump. We're going to be looking for a new capacitor, a new power cord, and a new impeller. So let's just jump into things. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to figure out what our model number is on the piece of equipment, obviously, that we need to figure out the part numbers for the parts we want to order. So in this case, we've got our model number. It's a 282.11.3.93.10. Anyhow, if you're like most people, you'll probably just take that model number or what information you know about it, go to Google, punch that in, and away we go. And if you're lucky, you'll land at our website like we have here, rcworst.com. But I recommend, if it's something that we carry, something that we sell, just go directly to our website and punch in the model number and you'll find it that way. And so I keep turning my head way over here because the monitor that I'm looking at is way over here. So anyways, we've got the product pulled up. Best place to check, go to your resources tab, and in the case of this product, we're actually going to pull up that Franklin Electric AIM manual that I've talked to you guys about probably a million times. In the case of repair parts, now it's probably in the index here. Let's just not skip all the way to the parts. Let's see here. Control box parts. Look at that, pages 51 to 52. Hey, that's just what we're looking for. So let's skedaddle on down there to 51 and 52. I think we passed it just a pinch. Hey, we're starting to get into the right territory here. So capacitor replacement kits, overload kits. Well, we only need one capacitor, so I don't want a kit. So let's just see. I'm going to zoom this in here. So we've got a 5 horsepower. Let's go back to our document. We've got a 5 horsepower 282.113.93.10. So in our AIM manual, we go down to this 5 horsepower, and we're going to realize that that number matches up. Okay, hold on. I just realized after watching that video that I just made, that you're now watching, Videoception, that in the process of picking the parts here, I kept wanting to look at this 8110. Now clearly on my document I've got the 9310. Okay, I goofed up, but the great thing is they do use the same capacitors, so that's no excuse. But anyway, I just got a little bit mixed up when I was recording that video. Now back to the video. And so what we look at here is, here's capacitor information. It's going to list the start and the run capacitor, and you're like, wait, hold on a second. I don't know which capacitor it is that I need. Well, there's two ways that you can go about that. You can either pull the capacitor out and hopefully the numbers on it are still readable, and you can match that up with the information here and determine whether you need the start or the run capacitor. The other way to go about that, and I already flew by it, but we'll cruise down here. Just kind of showing you there's multiple ways to figure this stuff out. So we go down to our 5 horsepower box, and it's the standard, the 8110. And look at this. So we've got a run capacitor and a start capacitor identified on this wiring diagram. So if you had opened up your control box and you said, oh hey, it's the one on the right, and then boom, now you know that you need the run capacitor. So that's just one example of a way that you could figure out what part you need, is by looking at the diagrams that are provided, and we'll get into that on some of the other stuff. It's going to have some better diagrams. So now we know, okay, we need a run capacitor. New run capacitor is what we're going to go with here. It's a little interesting how Franklin goes about this because what we're going to do, so we've got our 5 horsepower, we want the run, and that's what this R here means. And we're going to take this and we're going to just control F, and hopefully we can find that again. And here we go, Indigo replacement kits. So this must be the one that we need. So there's an interesting thing that happens here where with Franklin Electric, they've got this part number is actually the part number on the capacitor in a lot of cases. But in Franklin Electric land, this is the part number that they use to order it. I know, it's a little confusing, I know. Lesson learned over a long time. So really what you would need to call for if you were calling for a part or emailing for a part, and any time that you need help with finding parts or buying parts, etc., go ahead and give us a call. This is our number here, 855-329-4519, or you can email us. So we've got this is the true part number that we're going to use for that component. So that quick, now we know that's what we need. All right, so we've clearly figured that out, and where this would be really handy is if you don't know what the heck you're looking at. So you look at the parts diagram, look at the parts breakdown. Oh, that's what that thing's called. All right, so first one done. Let's go ahead and check out our VRS20A-21. I'm just going to copy that because I like to cheat. Close this. Go to the RC Works website, hit search. Hey, there's our product right there. That looks a whole lot like my pump. Resources again. Now we've got an installation, specifications, brochure. 9 times out of 10, you want that installation manual. So keep your installation manuals, as I've mentioned probably 50 times. Don't throw them away because as pumps age or they no longer get produced, those owner's manuals get harder and harder to come by. But oftentimes manufacturers will continue to make parts, or the part is interchangeable with something that they're already using, so it's still around. You just got to have the part number. And I've had situations where I've called the manufacturer and they don't even have the manuals available themselves. So if you maybe have the part number, you might get lucky. Not always, but sometimes. And if you can get lucky sometimes, save yourself some money. That definitely adds up. So we're scrolling through this owner's manual here, and what we're looking for is a parts breakdown. And great, here we go. We found one. Now in this situation, remember we needed the power cord. And they make it so simple and so easy for you in that owner's manual. Part number 3. So we figure out where 3 is on the list, and boom. Power cord, size 14.3, and it's a 20 footer. Hey, that's exactly what I need. Alright, so now we've got our part number. Let's put that down here. Ooh, we got to make it big and red like the rest of the stuff or it would look weird. So, let's do it. Alright. Oh, it's not bold. OCD, go away. You're killing me. Oh, 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 oh. There we go. Okay, so the last thing that we're going to find is an AY McDonald 8510, yada, 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 jet pump, new impeller. So this one's a little bit trickier, just to get you thinking outside the box of different ways that you can look for this information. So let's just start by pulling this up on RC Worst's website. Put it in the search bar, pop it up. We got 2 options that match our search here. So we got a high capacity, high pressure. Well, I seem to recall we needed the high capacity impeller. So let's just figure out resources. Hey, there's no owner's manual for this guy. What gives? Well, sometimes you got to dig a little bit deeper. So let's do that. We're going to go to aymcdonald.com. Take it to the source, right to the manufacturer. And man, that's a cool image. I could watch that for a long time, but I won't. Let's go to support, just because I happen to know where to go, and resources, because we need documentation. Typically when you're looking through manufacturers stuff, they always call documentation resources, so remember that. All right, and in the case of AY McDonald, they do things a little bit differently, so this is a tip. In this situation, we're going to go to the price list, oddly enough, and we're going to go to the pump price list, the most current one. I want a PDF. I don't want to open it in Excel or make it more difficult than it has to be. And so what we're going to do is scroll down here, scroll down. We're looking for an index, so you're going to give me an index. Okay. Hey, that is the magic words right there. Pump repair parts. And our 8500 series is page 54. No, wait, 53. Okay. Well, let's right on down there. 53. Almost. Come on, a little bit farther. Giving the scroll wheel a workout today. All right. So 5300, sir. 5500, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm getting confused. Yeah. 8510. Here we are. So zoom this guy in. Zoom. Okay. So the 8510. Let's find it. Let's find it. Oh, here it is. Okay. And once again, we've got a nice breakdown here. So you're like, this white thing, I don't know what it is. Well, it's your diffuser. Now you know what to call it. Well, they don't really call it out very well here, but at least you know what you need to order. So in this situation, they've got impeller, a new diffuser, a new body O-ring, as well as a replacement seal. And it looks like you can order a whole kit. So you've got an impeller diffuser kit, but they also make it easy and break it down. Do you want just the impeller, just the diffuser? The one thing I would say about this is they should highlight what each of those is so that somebody who maybe doesn't know what they're looking at knows to buy the part that's broken. Obviously, you're holding it in your hand, you know what it looks like, but you don't know what it's called, and that's sometimes the problem. And then you just send us a picture or whatever, and we can figure it out. But anyways, so we just need the impeller. Well, now we've got our part number for our appropriate impeller, and thus it's going to do it to me again. I knew it would. Look at that. Okay, size 18. Oh, bold. And we got to go up. There we go. Nice and beautiful. So, that quick, we found the part numbers for the parts that we needed to replace today. All that's left is to get a quote from RC Worst to go ahead and get those parts ordered for you, assuming that the parts don't cost more than the new pump, which sometimes is the case. So, hope this video helped you out, and I hope you enjoyed or found some joy in it, especially what's going on with the world today with the whole COVID-19 crisis. So hopefully everybody's staying safe, staying out of harm's way, and we will catch you next time.